So Josephine, tell us when and why you started your blog, Chic at Any Age.
I started my blog in 2010. I've been working in the corporate market as a coach and image consultant for 20 years, and in my late 50s I sort of hit a wall, decided to take a sabbatical. During that time I did a lot of research on the internet to see what was available in the way of fashion and beauty advice for women over 50, and I found very little. So I discovered blogging quite by chance, so I thought I'll have a go at this, and without any experience in technology, photography or modelling, anything like that, I started Chic at Any Age. And accidentally I became a role model for women over 50, which was lovely.
And what would you say you enjoy most about doing this blog twice a week as you do it?
Yes, it is quite a lot of work twice a week. But what I found is I've met so many other lovely women, other bloggers from around the world. I've got a great friend in America. She comes over to Paris. We're going to meet up. One in the Netherlands. And I would never have met those people without the blog. It's really, one could say, expanded my social life.
How would you describe your own personal style?
I think I stick to fairly simple shapes, quite classic, but I add a slightly eccentric look, often with my accessories or combination of colours. So I like to tweak it a little bit and have fun with some of the new trends.
And who are the people that influence you most in terms of style, would you say?
I think other bloggers of a similar generation, and also some of the younger bloggers. Street style, I've got a great ability to people watch. I love sitting in cafes, especially in France, and watching people go by and people elegantly dressed.
And if you were to give somebody, your couple of top tips about staying fashionable as you age, what do you think they'd be?
I think be a little more courageous. I think we can get a little bit stuck as we get older. Try something new. Read some blogs, look at some magazines, follow Pinterest, there's some good resources there, and just try something on trend for that season and keep it fairly budget. You don't want to spend a lot of money on something and experimenting with.
And what would you say are the biggest challenges to retaining your style as you get older?
I think it's what's available on the high street. I mean, the brands are trying, but our figures change a lot as we get older. And I think it needs a special cut, a special tweak here and there. And I could not find a long sleeve cotton dress this summer. I just couldn't. So I think the brands we are a growing demographic, and they just need to provide us with comfortable, practical, fashionable clothes.
How about the choice of colour when you're older? Do you think it's important to go to somebody and get your colours analysed so that you don't make mistakes?
I think it's very important to pay attention to colour. As we grow older, our hair and skin and eyes do tend to fade, so we may be able to wear different colours, and often to go to an image consultant to get some practical advice. They can expand our repertoire of colours possibly. Having said that, I wouldn't be too rigid on it. I think you can, if you love a colour, you can find a way to adapt it into your outfit.
And what would you say to somebody who is saying, I'm just stuck in a rut, I buy the same old, and I really would love a change? What advice would you give them?
It's so easy to get stuck in a rut. We just open our wardrobe and go for the same old. Having said that about going to an image consultant, a lot of the department stores do have good personal shoppers, so it might be worth checking first. Most of them don't charge, but best to check first. And they can give you an objective opinion, ideally, or, as I said, just try some reasonably priced items that is not going to break the bank, and just have a go. Be a bit more courageous, I think, especially with accessories. I think accessories are so useful. It's a bit like makeup. It draws the attention of the onlooker to your face, and that's how we communicate with other people.
I'd like to take a couple of quite common body shapes when you're older. One is the apple and the other is the pear.
Yes.
So what would be your best tip for, say, somebody who's apple shaped first?
Well, you want the clothes to fall from the shoulder. You want looser fabrics. You don't want anything that clings around the middle. If you're going to have any embellishment or detail, it needs to be above the bust or below, nothing round the middle. Or trousers can be tricky as well. I know we don't like elasticated waist, but there are some good ones out there, or some drawstring. Those would be good. But no stiff fabrics, really keep it fluid and soft.
And my shape is definitely the pear. So what would you say to somebody
So
who's
is mine.
heavy on the bottom half?
So is mine, actually, yes. I have narrower shoulders and wider hips. Again, emphasis on the shoulders, colour or pattern at the top of the body. Textures are good, layering's good. Keep the bottom half simple, no embellishments there. I often say wear your darker neutrals on the bottom. Again, fluid fabrics that aren't going to cling to any of the lumps and bumps that we might have around that area.
Fantastic advice. I'd definitely follow that. And tell me a little bit about makeup. What do you love about makeup, and particularly Look Fabulous Forever makeup?
Well, I've always been really fascinated by makeup. Since I was a teenager, I've just loved it. And I do get up early in the morning, and one of my favourite times of day is just putting on my makeup. It's like a meditation. It's really relaxing. Once I've got my makeup on, I feel I can face the day. And I think your Look Fabulous Forever primers are wonderful. I mean, it really means that foundation is going to stay on. The lip primer is amazing so that it doesn't get that sort of bleeding thing. And as for eyebrows, don't get me on the subject of eyebrows. I don't know where mine have gone, they just disappear. So your little liquid that fills in, the gaps there is just magic, really.
Good, I'm glad you enjoy it so much. And Josephine, I'm sure people would be interested to know about your approach to shopping on the internet. Do you think that's a good way to go?
I do think shopping online is the future. The other day I went to the high street and I found it very confusing and quite exhausting, really. I prefer to let my fingers do the research. A good tip, because I'm between a size 10 and a 12, I often order both sizes so that I can try them on the comfort of my own bedroom, with my shoes, with my accessories, see if they go with other items, and then send the one that doesn't work back. And most of the brands now have free returns, so it's quite easy to return garments if you don't want them.
Indeed. And finally, Josephine, how would you advise somebody to find their personal style?
I think it's about knowing who you are and what image you want to reflect to the world. A good way to do that is to look in your wardrobe. What is it that you love? What is it that you keep putting on and feel really good in, on the inside as well as the outside? Because I think clothes that you wear can actually help to give you confidence. On a bad day, if I put on an outfit I really love, it just cheers me up. You know, what you feel on the inside, you reflect on the outside. If you're going to buy something, if you don't love it, don't buy it. If it doesn't fit, don't buy it.
That's brilliant advice, Josephine. Thank you so much. I've really enjoyed talking to you, and I think that's been very, very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you, Tricia. I really enjoyed it as well, and I just love your makeup.
Thank you.